Hello, hello, my Stay Humble tribe. It is a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day where I am at. It's just about 60 degrees, but the sun feels so nice and warm. And it's beautiful out. I'm sitting in my backyard at the moment, just kind of chilling, just taking it all in. Gordon and I actually had a chance to go out for a little bit this morning and drove over to the lake and found a really cute little antique mall type-ish deal. We have always done things like that. We love road trips. We used to just pack up and go for days, and we're a little older, so now it's just for hours. But just to get away from the house and just see something different. There's so much out there. There's so much out there to see and people to meet, and you don't know what's there unless you spend time looking for it, right? And so the idea is to always see something new, meet somebody new, try something, a new restaurant, and as we go for these rides, we're at the point where we've got to go, further and further away, to be able to get that newness, but it's worth it. It's a great way to spend a Saturday morning together. We listen to our music and we just kind of check in and have that time together. And I was kind of thinking about, I told you guys, I turn everything into a sermon. About how we're always doing this and how we're looking for these new places and these new things, because there's so much out there and we want to experience it. And I feel like that's kind of true in our spiritual walk sometimes, that sometimes we just kind of get stagnant and we just kind of stroll around sometimes. I don't know. It's just, I think there's a call to action for us to really just step up and to be closer with God. And there's so much about him, and there's so much that he wants to do. There's so much knowledge and opportunity and blessings and so much. You have to look for it. You have to spend the time, and you have to sometimes get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you gotta leave a little far away from home, but it's out there. His goodness, it's out there. His purpose, things that he's calling you to do, like it's there. People always say that, I don't know, I guess they think that God's just gonna come and knock on their door and be like, here you go. God's not a genie in a bottle. He's not a postman. It doesn't work that way. Like a good parent, he wants us to work for what we have, because it helps keep us grounded and humble, and helps us to remember to be appreciative. But if we're not hungry and if we're not looking to keep that relationship from getting stale, and if we're not putting in that effort and that time with God, then like any relationship, it's not going to do well. It's going to fail, because you have to have time together to build, and to get to know each other, right? And so if you're not seeking God out, then it kind of makes it hard for the things that he has for you to come into play. Get out there. Just get out there. Just get out there and see. Try something new. Look, explore, go somewhere new. Today we found a park in Lowland, Indiana. It was called Freedom Park. Really, really big park. They had lots of kids there, practicing their soccer games. They were freaking adorable. But there's lots of soccer, there's golf, there's pickleball, there's a park, there's a dog park. And, it was just a really cool place, bathrooms, nice clean bathrooms, Freedom Park. And so it was in the red, white, and blue and the American Eagle. And so, it was just a cute little park. It was just something different, just something we hadn't seen before. But it was worth it, it was great just because it was different. You've got to pick that Bible up and stop reading the same old things over and over again, and start getting into that word and into those scriptures and those passages that you've been ignoring, because there's good stuff there, and you can't just stay stagnant. You'll get lukewarm, and once you get lukewarm, it's a long way down. It's a long way down from there. You don't want to do that. we want to stay on fire for Jesus. We want to stay positive. I know I drive my son absolutely crazy because, he's like, you're just always trying to, throw the positivity around, and everybody doesn't feel that way. Well, if you're going to be around me, you're going to feel that way, because life is too short to feel anything different. Life is too short to sit around and be sad, or to wonder why somebody doesn't like me, or wonder why something didn't work out, or, complain about something being broke or not having something. Like, that's just so much freaking time wasted that I could be seeking out God's kingdom and seeking out what he wants for me to do, and be enjoying, the many, many blessings that he's given me in my life. Like, too many to count. It's so many of them I don't deserve. So again, it goes back to that thought process and what we want to choose to focus on. And I want to choose on continuing to discover new and exciting places in my relationship with God and in my walk with God, because there's more. There's always more. There's always more to the story, and the story's not over yet. And so, as long as I'm still here on this side of the grass, as Grandpa would say, then this is how I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. And no, I am not. Don't think I'm Sadie Robertson. I don't have any duck whistles. I don't think I'm gonna be having a million views or subscribers or anything like that. I am not quitting my day job, folks. As a matter of fact, I'm going back to school to ensure I can keep my day job. I do this because I love the Lord with all my heart. And ever since I was a little girl, I knew I had a message to share. And I don't know what that message is yet, so I'm just going to keep making these videos and keep blessing y'all. You know what I mean? Like, how could I not? How could I not share God's goodness? How could I rob somebody else of the joy and the peace of knowing that if I just dig into his word, and if I seek him out with my whole heart and with a clean heart, if I seek him out and want to spend that time with him, and want to go to those new places with him and try those new things with him, then I've got to put forth the effort to do it, right? Like this morning, I had to get up and get out of the house and decide I wasn't going to sit around and be lazy. I was going to get up and go out and see this beautiful world that God has created, and probably get aggravated with a lot of these no-driving folks out there, but it's all good. Just wandering around the store, spending time with my husband, grateful that we still have this opportunity, because we never know, right? Life is short. And so I would really encourage you just to take a deeper look at your relationship with Christ, and don't let it get stagnant. Stay excited about it. Keep being adventurous about it. Keep being on fire about it like you were when you first got saved. Just be on fire for Jesus. I'm not saying, you have to be ramming Jesus down everybody's throat, and everything out of your mouth has to be followed by glory to God. I'm just saying, step up your game. You know what God's calling you to do. You know what he's put in your heart to do. Some of you are afraid to do it. Some of you aren't sure if it's God. I'm telling you it's God. Some of you are afraid to do. You're not here to have a spirit of fear. What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose? But just stepping up and being the men and women of God that Jesus wanted us to be, and truly start seeking him out and seeking out his will and his direction for our lives, and share that with others. And let's just do this thing. Let's just spread his word and his love any way we can, every day we can. Let's laugh, That's why I do the little singing things in the videos, because I know I can't sing. I know y'all probably be cracking up talking about me, but if I made you smile, I'll sing all day long for you, because my life, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. My life wasn't always so blessed. And there was a time in my life where a long time of my life, a great chunk of my life, where I felt very dark and very lost and very, very unloved and unhappy. And I guess now that I'm not in that place anymore, that Jesus gave me the victory over those things, that I don't want anybody to ever feel the way that I felt. I don't want anybody to ever feel unloved or unwanted or not enough or lost. Like, I don't want that for anybody, because I've been there. And so I know what it's like to have to put on that brave face and act like you're okay when really everything is falling apart behind you and you have no faith and you have nothing left. But you're expected to just stand up and go on. And, you know, I've been there. And so I want to be there for people. I want to support them. I want to be that encouragement, that light, that laugh, that scripture, whatever it is, to just be a blessing. That's just, to me, that's just what it's about. Just being a blessing, just loving on folks and enjoying life. And taking it all in stride, right? Just take it as it comes. We got this. The story's not finished yet, but we know how it ends, so it's all good, right? What do we have to lose? I love you guys. I think about coming and talking to you and chatting and making these videos all the time. And I so look forward to, we have some surprises coming up. I have some live sermons soon, and I'll have some guests joining me soon. And so we're going to try to keep this thing going and keep spreading God's light and love as much as we possibly can. All right, you guys get out there, be a blessing, be blessed, but be a bigger blessing. Enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the nice weather, take your pets outside, take your old folks outside, whatever you got to do. Just get out there and enjoy this beautiful day that God has made. This is the day. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.